don't know whether this is a crime story, a public health story, or that and more. Here to make sense of it with us is about synthetic marijuana. Is the health director of Hidalgo County, Eddie Olivarez. He is the head of the Health and Humane Services Department. And there was a press conference earlier in the week at which Eddie and law enforcement types said this is a big problem. One person has already died. So what's up? Thanks for being with us, but tell us what's up.
Well, I tell you what, it's a tremendous honor to be with you and Roxanne this afternoon, David.
Thank you.
We have a serious problem in Hidalgo County. Synthetic marijuana has been used in our community for a long time. This is nothing new. However, what has been of concern has been an increase in the admissions of young adults, some are high school aged, into our emergency rooms at local hospitals concerning complications, severe medical complications with the use of this substance. And so most recently we've had as many as 25 ER room admissions into ER rooms locally dealing with severe medical complications from inhaling this substance to the level that it required intubation, where they needed respiratory assistance, ICU admission, and even dialysis because of renal failure.
Whoa. Well, in the write-up that was in, and I didn't see what the TV did, but the write-up in the McAllen newspaper, they quote you as saying, this is poison. This has been labeled as an insecticide. It's been labeled as an industrial product, and it's shipped into the U.S. by the tons. Do you remember what you were talking about?
Yes, exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, the concern with this, the thing is you got to understand something. The reason that this is so attractive is because marijuana, of course, is illegal. But you need to have a medium to transmit the product in. So what they've used, they're making this potpourri or making this incense with what they would consider natural product, non-marijuana product, because marijuana is illegal. But the chemical they're using to lace those natural items that would burn, that is what's causing the severe violent actions, the hallucinations, the severe pulmonary and renal complications. And that product is actually a legal product that's brought into the United States, shipped primarily from China as insecticide or as industrial chemicals, and it's shipped by the tons to the U.S. And then you have the people who are in the illicit drug industry who obtain that chemical and will use it and lace this natural product and cause a mood-altering effect. Now, that's why I said it's labeled as an insecticide or as an industrial product, because even when you look at the packaging of these items, when you go to the head shops and buy these items, on there it says for non-human consumption or not for human consumption, or it'll say poison even, but the reality is they're ignoring that. And if you look at the shipping, you look at the way the product is displayed and sold, that's not like you or me going in there and buying some kind of incense to make our house smell nice. It's very obvious what it's for.
So, is it? I was confused. Is it not by you, but by the newspaper account? Is it against the law for people to sell synthetic marijuana? And number one, number two, how do they label it? They don't call it synthetic marijuana, I'm sure.
Can I add on to that, Mr. Olivarez? What is synthetic marijuana?
Okay, first of all, let me just say something. Synthetic marijuana is just a very easy nomenclature. It's just easy to use and say it. Now, the thing is that kids will say synthetic marijuana, or people will say synthetic because it is consumed similar to marijuana. It's used in a cigarette type of product. It's used in a bong, or it's even used in
like e-cigarettes. Okay, or like vape pens. I see that are really popular nowadays.
Right.
Okay.
So what happens is that's why the synthetic marijuana. It's supposed to be like marijuana, but it's laced with this other chemical. Now, you can get this chemical and lace marijuana with it and get the mood-altering effect as well. I mean, that can be done, but kids have gotten smart, and the producers have gotten smart. Marijuana is illegal, But potpourri or incense or other natural herbal items are not illegal. And this chemical is not a illicit drug, so it's not illegal. But if you lace this natural product with this and smoke it, it causes a mood-altering effect. So therefore, technically, is it a drug?
What's the natural product they lace it with? What are they putting? What you're saying, if I understand, they're putting something in this concoction that is the hallucinogen that they're looking for. That's the
insecticide or the industrial product that is labeled coming in from China. It's a powder form or liquid form.
So if I go buy this stuff at a shop, a smoke shop, or you call them head shops, is it a separate package? Or is it all mixed together?
It's all mixed together. See, and the thing is, that's how they're able to sell it legally, because it's sold as potpourri or it's sold as incense. See what I'm saying? That's the part that makes it difficult for law enforcement, because it's not illegal to sell, but the intent of sale and use, that's where it becomes illegal.
Okay, so it's legal for them to sell it. It is not. But if they say, hey, you can take this and smoke it and you don't have to worry about getting busted for marijuana possession, that would be a violation of the law.
Correct.
Right. If they sell it and it is consumed, so if I buy it and no one says a thing to me,
then it's okay.
And then I smoke it, who broke the law?
That's why I had
no one.
Rodriguez, the DA, and that's why I had the sheriff's office with me, because the legal complications behind this are very strong.
So it's possible for someone to get sick, even die, and no law really be broken.
Theoretically, yes. I'm not an attorney and I'm not a law enforcement officer, so I can't get into the law part, Davis, because I'm not well versed in it.
Yeah. Well, that's my rough takeaway. Right. So now I see why it's a quandary, because the intent is to get around the law quite obviously. Eddie Olivarez is the Chief Administrative Officer of the Hidalgo County Health and Human Services Department.
Mr. Olivarez, since this has become
the County Health Director.
Since this has become, 25 is a lot. There's been one death already. Is there anything the public should look for with symptoms or signs, or if you see somebody walking, hey, he's on spice, I guess that's what it's called?
First of all, I would really recommend, and the call of action yesterday was that the public must be informed. Parents, schools, faith-based community, leadership community, governance community must be aware that this poison, this mood-altering item, is easily obtainable, not very expensive, and is causing severe medical complications to many of our children, with the children's intent of altering their behavior and their mood to produce this recreational concept.
Does it get them high?
But to get them, it's very mood altering. It produces extremely violent behavior, psychotic, delusional behavior, hallucinations. It causes rapid pulmonary complications,
heart problems,
and it causes cardiac complications and pulmonary complications.
And kidney problems too, right? Didn't you say
plus burns a few billion brain cells.
Why would somebody, I'm guessing they don't know these symptoms, because why would somebody purposely or willingly would want to do something like this to themselves?
They wouldn't.
Well, I mean, it's there's this thing that the big argument that I got in a very large discussion with someone the other day about this, because they were saying, well, Mr. O, this stuff is natural. It's all natural. I go, the only thing natural about it, is the median on it. I said, look, they get that chemical, that industrial chemical. They get acetone. They use the acetone. They use the acetone to heat and cook that substance that would produce the vapor that would coat that grassy product. Okay,
which is what's smoked.
Right, and then later, once that's all laced, then they use that to package it. That's what you see in the stores being sold. That's the item they buy. But they use acetone and that chemical to lace that other herbal substance, for lack of a better word.
Well, let me ask you a romantic, naive question. Has anyone gone to the shop owners and said, you realize what you're selling here is effectively Russian roulette? Is that really what you want to do?
43 states in the United States have made it illegal. And there is 3 communities in the valley, the city of Raymondville, the city of La Grulla, and Rio Grande City, that have actually passed ordinances against it. And so for us here in Hidalgo County, Cameron County, I am not, like I said, a legal authority.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, the purpose of this press conference was to bring awareness to the public, to bring awareness to the parents, the schools, everyone, that we as a community need to stand up and be aware of this health threat to our children.
That's as good
to young people in the community.
That's as good a time to stop as any, and I know that you and the district attorney, I'm just guessing, are he's looking at the law, trying to figure out an angle of attack on this. Eddie Olivarez is the head of the County Health Department, Hidalgo County Health Department. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the warning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're listening to 710 KURV.